Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's video. Today I want to talk about one of the things that I was wrestling with was despair. And despair is an awful thing to deal with. One of the questions that I found myself wrestling with was, what is the point? It goes in different directions. You can take it pretty much anywhere from there. So one of the directions was, what's the point of having relationships with people if suddenly that relationship can come to an end? Somebody could disappear out of your life, or in this case, my brother passed away. I started wrestling with, what is the point of having relationships with people? I was still close with my family, as I always have been, but at the same time, I stopped reaching out there trying to meet new people or trying to befriend anyone, because there's a chance that they could be taken out of my life. It was basically out of my control. All the time I was working, I watched people, some of them work very hard, and some of them even their whole lives they worked, and then they retire and then pass away. I thought, oh my goodness, what is the point of even working hard and saving up all that for someday, a future that's not guaranteed. As a result of all these things, I started to lose pleasure in things and in relationships because I became fearful. And this led to a lot of misery, actually, because life consists of relationships and experiences. And I found myself pulling back from both of those things because I didn't want to be hurt. The risk of being hurt to me at the time felt so much higher, and I didn't want to face that risk head on, so I just avoided it altogether. And as a result, my experiences declined and my relationships declined because I just pulled back from everything. In this life of misery that I was living in at the time, I also became fearful. It was kind of a strange situation. I was not happy with my life, but at the same time I didn't want to lose it. And I remember asking myself, what if I'm next? What if something happens to me unexpectedly? Am I ready to deal with that? And I found myself questioning, no, I'm not ready to deal with that type of thing. So I was curious, is there anything in my medical background that could lead to the same conclusion? So I started investigating, and I found myself going down kind of a dark path, mainly because I read into the death certificate and read through my brother's autopsy report. Now, I don't ever recommend reading through anything like this. It turned out to be an excruciating, painful read, because it seems so callous and uncaring. That was my brother, and it was just awful, and I probably shouldn't have done it. But I found myself working with my medical providers, and found out I don't have the same problems that he had. All that path just to find out I didn't share the same difficulty that he did. In spite of being okay, I still felt at unease. I felt trapped because I was living a life where I felt like I had no control, and this caused me to become angry. And I was already angry for many other reasons, obviously, but this just further added to my anger, and I'm kind of saving anger towards the end of this because it was the hardest one for me to deal with. I learned later that I do have control. It's just not control over everything. In a future video, I'm going to talk more about the anger, but I think before I get to that phase, I'm going to talk about one more thing, which was guilt, which is something that I wrestled with a lot in this process. So, hope to see you all in the next video. Take care, everyone. I'll see you next time.